A free spirit and an expressive language are the typical characteristics of the life path number 5. This freedom-loving person pursues a variety of interests and goals. Mental activity, wit, and unconventional views result in a charming, fascinating, and optimistic personality. The number 5 is attracted to new things and is enthusiastic about change. They are also able to approach their goals systematically. It is possible that their diverse abilities do not lead to any results, and that rather the extremely bold mind is tempted to become imprudent. Discipline is therefore required. On the one hand, the 5 must maintain an independent mind, and on the other hand, adapt to change. The greatest characteristic is their need for freedom, so they are constantly looking for variety and adventure. They want to savor and enjoy the diversity of life. Independence, change, and serenity are the most important things for this person. They embody the need to experience sensuality, beauty, and freedom. Their path of life shows an enormous potential of creativity and is filled with the energy of movement, which manifests itself in the archetype of the wanderer. The wanderer can shine in the most diverse roles. They are versatile, flexible, and can adapt perfectly. However, this adaptation no longer corresponds to the desire to be loved, but to their playful nature, which loves natural change and diversity. 5s are curious and always start something new, which they finish. They constantly need new stimuli in life. They want to change and develop themselves further and further. One of their learning tasks is to go their own way without isolating themselves and without fear of loneliness. These people can often be stubborn and completely inflexible and self-righteous. The strong need for freedom causes them to fear, not to want to bind themselves in relationships, and to accuse their fellow human beings of wanting to restrict their freedom. If they live these dark sides, it is very difficult for them to open themselves to other people. Their interpersonal relationships are therefore full of tension, and they usually seem absent and unpredictable to their surroundings. A dominant appearance and behavior to compensate for inner insecurity are further characteristics of the number 5. Although this dark side usually makes them appear self-confident and competent, it can also become tense and block them in stressful situations. People with the life path number 5 are very freedom-loving, jumpy, and long to gain diverse experiences. They are open to new things and need variety and excitement so that they can be consistent in relationships. 5s can have sustainable relationships if the other person accepts their impermanence and does not reproach them for it, because it is characterized by a great capacity for love. In the beginning, they are usually enthusiastic and show a lot of love and attention, but later they lack stamina. Boredom hovers over their soul like a sword of Damocles. On the one hand, these people are passionate, present, and connected with their partner. On the other hand, they long for freedom. Their dazzling character attracts attention. They love to touch and be touched. Sensuality and passion play a very important role for them in a partnership. Within the family, the 5s are often outsiders, as they often do not fit into the family structure because of their views on life and their desire for freedom. They should learn to accept their role and be true to themselves, even if they are not understood in the family. This way of life requires courage, authenticity, and willingness to deal with conflict. If they are forced into the family structure by force as children, they can develop the belief, "I'm not lovable as I am." The following are some developmentally inhibiting beliefs of the life path number 5. I am afraid of commitment and getting hurt. One of the blocking beliefs of people with the life path number 5 is the fear of commitment and getting deep in relationships. These people often show a tendency to run away because they're afraid of getting hurt. For this reason, they very quickly develop behavioral patterns that motivate them to leave their partners or break up friendships when their feelings have reached a certain depth. They often have the feeling of missing something, and they also forget to appreciate and be grateful for what it is in their lives and what they have already achieved. I expect my fellow man to live up to my expectations. 5s have a tendency to live ideals and pursue ideals. In order to resolve this pattern, they should conduct a conscious and grateful analysis of their own life situation and the people around them. People with the life path number 5 often have ideal conceptions of friendship, of partnership, and of the partners themselves. Since they want others from their own environment to correspond to their ideas, they put pressure on them accordingly. This often leads to conflicts, and sooner or later they experience that they are abandoned by those who have felt the pressure of their expectations. I am immediately enthusiastic about it from the very beginning. These people have a natural curiosity that makes them very likable, attractive, and charismatic. However, there's also a certain basic pattern of behavior behind this. They are often infected by the first wave of enthusiasm, especially when it comes to new people. Their natural ability to communicate makes it easy for them to put themselves in the other person's shoes and also to adjust to the other person's wavelength. This enthusiasm makes them do a lot of things and always try out new things. However, this characteristic carries the risk of remaining only on the surface in relationships without achieving a certain depth and connection. Open yourself to the new and pursue things with a constant presence. In this way, you'll be able to develop your inner richness more and more. 5s need an intensive examination of their inner world and their true needs. Spending time alone with themselves in inner silence provides clarity about their own needs and promotes their natural curiosity. For these people, it is an enormous challenge to stay with themselves and learn to deal consciously with their emotional, stressful states. Due to their openness and their pronounced sensitivity, they sometimes experience emotional storms with such intensity that they are often at the mercy of their insecurity and even powerlessness. The spirit of discovery, as well as a thirst for adventure, which is the natural characteristic of these people, sometimes make access to their emotions more difficult. An essential support for this person is to accept that their natural thirst for adventure and the roller coaster ride of emotions are part of their character in some way. This personality should begin to reconcile with itself and consider this quality as a gift that allows them to be empathetic and open to life and others and to allow change. They should also consciously train the ability to name and accept their own emotions to the extent that they show themselves. This is an important step towards emotional independence. People with the life path number 5 should learn to be committed in relationships and at the same time to live their need for freedom, to develop their natural empathy, to trust their inner voices, and to use their inner wisdom to create a constructive life plan. To consciously live their need for closeness, touch, and physicality, and to connect it with love. To give constructive expression to one's own free, active mind. To develop their own abilities and communication skills. And some recommendations for the self-development of the life path number 5 are being able to accept with composure that visions and plans need time to be implemented, going your own way without isolating yourself and without the fear of being alone or being abandoned, and to develop your own body awareness with breathing exercises and relaxation techniques. Keeping all of these things in mind, it is no doubt that the life path number 5 can live a happy and fulfilling life.